Hello, everyone. Uh, Thank you for joining us for today's webinar. We'll take 2-3 minutes more to start to let more people join.
Hi, good evening, everyone.
Okay, we should start now. Welcome, everyone, and thank you for joining us for today's webinar. My name is Priya, and I'm the moderator for this webinar. Just a little housekeeping before we get started. If you have any questions during the presentation, please type them into your Q&A box in your Zoom control panel, and I'll bring them up at the end of the presentation. And we'll also have some time for the questions at the end of the session. And we'll also be sending the deck shared during the webinar for your reference over the email. Now, I would like to turn the time over to the presenters for today's sessions, Vikas Gupta and Arush Kakkar. Arush, can we have the slide?
Hi, everyone. Good evening. I hope my screen is visible to everyone.
Yes.
Yes.
Great. Priya, do you think we should wait for 2-3 minutes more because people are still joining? The participant count is still increasing. So maybe 2-3 minutes more, and then we can just start.
Okay. Okay. Sure.
Yeah. Thank you for your patience, everyone. Okay, I think I'll start now. So, good evening, everyone. Welcome to this webinar about video analytics from Spectra in association with Agrex Technologies. So a brief introduction about me and my co-speaker Vikasji. So I'm the founder of Agrex Technologies, which is a video analytics company, and we help businesses improve their operations, understand more about what is going on in their business through video analytics and through cameras. So that is what we do. Vikasji, if you could give a brief introduction about yourself as well.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for your participation. My name is Vikas Gupta, and I'm working with Spectra. And I'm handling the business development part on the video analytics solutions across different industry, retail, logistics, restaurants, schools, and etc. We hope this session will have a very informative session across all the participants who are participating from different industry. Thanks again, and I will get back again.
Right. Thank you. So starting with a brief introduction, like I mentioned, we are a video analytics company at Agrex, and we make your facilities smart using artificial intelligence based video analytics. We are here in collaboration with Spectra, which is a full service network provider, which has managed network services and has presence over the globe, including in a lot of cities, 137 plus cities in India. So we have a very deep partnership, exclusive relationship with each other regards to the video analytics solutions, where we act as the technology backend and Spectra front ends with the clients and deploys the video analytics along with its own network. So talking about what video analytics is. So typically speaking, when any physical establishment is there, there are a lot of cameras that we install, and those are part of compliance as well, but mostly for security. There are some cameras that are installed in a physical business. Now, those can be called dumb cameras because all you do is whenever an incident happens, post facto, we go there, we look at the footage, we find out what has gone wrong or what has the incident happened, and then we do an investigation and then there are results. This process typically can take anywhere from a week to months, depending on what kind of incident, the complexity and the industry. Now, our aim is to basically make these cameras smart. By making these cameras smart, we can identify in real time that, that is the whole point of video analytics, that if anything goes wrong, we should be able to identify in real time what is exactly going wrong, so that action can be taken immediately. The whole circle, the whole loop of a week or a month is reduced down to either minutes or in some cases even seconds. Right? So video analytics is the science. It is the art of making the camera smart, understanding what is going on inside a physical business, be it in many different industries. And so far, we are seeing a huge boom in the video analytics, where most of the physical businesses have now started recognizing the importance of video analytics and have tried to inculcate them into their own operations, right? So there are a couple of challenges when it comes to a physical business, be it a restaurant, be it an apparel store, be it a warehouse, or even as small as an ATM. There can be security challenges. There can be behavioral challenges of understanding the customer behavior. For example, specifically for retail, 70 to 80% of the customers would walk out without a purchase. Now, in case of e-commerce, you have a lot of data about these customers, where are they coming from, what are they interested in. But in the physical store, if someone walks into your store and walks out without a purchase, no one even comes to know. You don't know where they came from. You don't know what they were looking at, what they wanted. So all of this data is lost. Secondly, a lot of real estate, a lot of resource utilization, not only in case of retail, but in case of logistics, warehousing, security, a lot of the resource utilization decisions are taken based on intuition rather than real data. And as you all might know, in brick and mortar businesses, real estate and workforce are two of the highest costs involved with running a physical business, right? So it makes sense that you would want data to back up your decisions rather than intuitions and experience, right? In a lot of cases, even if the analytics is being done, there are different analytics being done right now, but they are being done manually, which means that you can't run those 24/7. It is cost prohibitive to run those 24/7. They're low in scalability. You can't do that across, say, if you have 500 locations. And then there are costs associated with that. There are hiring costs, there are operational costs, there are a lot of costs associated with that. Now, fourthly, there is a challenge of security. In most cases, we have physical guards that are doing patrols. We have guards that are sitting on some bench, looking at the cameras, trying to identify if everything is going right. So there is also a cost associated with that. And then it is not foolproof, right? If a guard goes for a tea break for 15 minutes, that is the time when some incident can happen. So there are security related costs as well. Now, video analytics actually helps solve a lot of these issues, or at least make them less intense, right? So using video analytics, and when I say video analytics, I'm talking about using existing cameras. In most cases, there are a lot of cameras that are there, but they're not being utilized, right? So we aim to utilize those cameras. And by we, I mean any video analytics company or any other vendor, to provide some kind of business intelligence. In case of retail, it can look like collecting the data on the customers. Who are they? How are they behaving inside the store? Is the store itself operationally ready to handle these kinds of customers? And then are the security challenges of the store being solved? Similarly, in case of warehouses, are the employees actually performing the tasks they're supposed to? Are they performing according to the compliance, to the SOPs that have been set for them? So a lot of these things can be monitored through video analytics. Typically, it is right now being done through by having supervisors. But as everyone knows, supervisory costs are a headache in itself. That, say for every eight employees, you need to have one supervisor, and then a supervisor on top of a supervisor, and then there's a manager who's looking at all these supervisors. So it's basically a redundant, inefficient, and not cost-effective solution. And through video analytics, you can actually make the system much more efficient than otherwise, right? If I talk about some numbers, there are a lot of tasks of the guard, of the supervisor, that can be automated. A lot of the monitoring tasks. Each marketing rupee that you spend, its ROI can be exactly calculated by looking at the footfall data, by looking at the sales data, by dividing that data into genders. So you can actually divide your marketing costs into genders, into age groups, etc. In a lot of cases where there's manpower involved in monitoring, you can save up to 50% of the costs involved with that. You can cut your team size in half, right? With the automated solutions that video analytics can provide you. The compliance of SOPs is another huge thing that, a lot of the SOPs are there for a reason. They have been designed for a reason. But the staff that is there might not follow them, or it might not be possible to follow them. So those monitoring can also be done, and real-time alerts can be given to basically enhance the SOP compliance. There are a lot of bottlenecks that can be identified, and I'll speak about some of these features in the coming slide, in the coming few minutes. Along with that, you can convert non-buyers into buyers, which means that, you know, it is basically a great revenue increase by enhancing your store or by enhancing your facility for the customer itself. And that is possible to do that if you know what is going wrong. I sternly believe that you can't measure what you can't improve. So to improve anything, you first need to measure quantitatively and qualitatively what is exactly going wrong. And then there are steps that can be taken to improve those metrics that you have just clarified. So speaking about Agrex's video analytics solution in a bit more detail, basically we have two methodologies through which video analytics can be installed. And the two are, first is a completely on-premise based installation where, you know, there is a hardware that is installed at the site on which the AI algorithms are running. So on-premise basically means it gets connected to your NVR or DVR or any other kind of camera systems that you have. Algorithms are running on our device, on the analytics box that we give you. And all of that data is processed in real time, collected and sent to a central cloud-based server. This is saving data like time of the incident, image of the incident, any other details about where that incident is coming from. And it is processed according to certain rules that we work with our clients to understand and displayed through multiple different means. The most prominent of which is a web-based dashboard, which basically means that you have a URL which you can log in with your ID and password. And all of that data across all of your sites and across all of your cameras, according to sorted by different regions, sorted by different countries if you have global operations, sorted by different cities. You can view that data at a single glance and get an eagle's eye view of what is going wrong at your facility. That is the first step. You can also view what decisions you need to make to actually improve the efficiency of the facility that you're running. Thirdly, you can also view all of the data that is involved in collecting business intelligence from your facility, especially in retail. Second methodology is through a mobile app. So you can actually get all of this data through an app. And then the most critical alerts, the most important alerts, for example, security threats or any other critical non-compliance, can be notified through WhatsApp, email, any other messenger, or through downloading of Excel as well. So you get audit reports of what exactly went right, what went wrong, how things can be improved through our system. So through this methodology, we have basically converted what was a dumb camera system that only helped when there was an incident into a 360-degree monitoring and reporting tool through our video analytics system. Now, talking about the second methodology of how it works is basically a purely cloud-based installation, which basically means that there is no hardware involved. There is no one that needs to visit a location. All it happens is that the IT team would point the network, the CCTV system, to our cloud, and that cloud can directly pull the footage over the internet and generate the exact same results that the on-premise based installation does. Now, there are pros and cons of each approach. We also have a hybrid approach, which combines the pros of the methods and gets rid of the cons of both of the methods. So there is a compromise between an on-premise and on cloud based installation. And of course, at the end of this presentation, you're free to ask any questions, because I know there might be some questions on this installations as well. Now, talking about what exactly is it that video analytics can do for you. So there are some popular video analytics features that are known by a lot of managers, by a lot of operations manager, by the leaders and decision makers. And on your screen are some of them. You are free to take screenshots in any case, but even after the webinar is over, this presentation can be emailed to anyone who requests it. So basically on your screen, you can see the video analytics features categorized into 5 different scenarios, beginning from who your customers are, to how they are behaving inside the store, to is your retail store equipped, is your facility equipped to handle those customers, and third is and fourth and fifth, is the facility actually safe and secure for whatever it is that you're trying to do. No point in installing a lot of the video analytics features where, you know, at the end of the day, the facility is not secure. So video analytics helps in collecting the data about what is going on inside the store, collecting the data about your visitors or employees, whatever the case that might be, and ensuring that whatever facility that you're running, it is safe and secure, not only from outside threats, but also from inside threats. So stuff like if the guard is sleeping or if the guard is not there, that can be measured. The different behaviors of the customers, for example, heat maps, where are the customers going, what are they doing, where are they spending most of their time, which products are they interested in, can be actually gotten from heat maps in different regions. So heat map is something that can be used in retail stores, in malls, in warehouses, and it is one of the most important tools to determine if you're using your existing real estate properly. And real estate, as everyone knows, is by far the highest cost associated with running a physical business. So if you can optimize your store or your facility or your warehouse according to that heat map that can be given by the video analytics, you're already ahead of the game by quite a good margin against those people who are not using video analytics. Now, on the next slide, I have compiled some of the use cases that are useful for compliance monitoring. And again, you're welcome to take a screenshot of the slide for later reference. Basically, what this is a small universe of what video analytics can do for you, right? And this list has been made after talking to multiple stakeholders in multiple different industries on multiple different levels of seniority. There are some that we at Agrex and Spectra have made according to our understanding of the situation, and those have been proven to really gel well with the facilities. Now, these are some of the use cases that we have, and I'm sure some of the other video analytics companies might have too. But what we also have is the capability to develop more. So our approach is basically a customer-centric, customer-first approach, where we are working with our clients to identify what is their specific requirement, what is their specific need. And if there is something that we already have, well and good. But if there's something we don't have, for example, something that can be monitored through a camera, but we don't have it, we have the capability to develop it. Which basically means that if a human being that can sit in front of the camera and do something, our artificial intelligence can do that too. It can do that better, it can do that more reliably, and it can do that 24/7. So moving on, like I mentioned before, all of the data is available through an online dashboard and an app, and most of the critical alerts can be given through different channels. What we also pride ourselves is our ability to integrate with different third-party systems, which can be POS systems, which can be ERP systems, which can be systems that retail stores are using to manage inventory that are used, and there are warehouse management systems that our system can integrate with. So we have inbuilt integration with a lot of different systems that can be added as and when the client or anyone else wants. There are integrations with ticketing systems, there are integration with other team management systems, so that all of this data that we generate can actually be used to affect decision making effectively. There's no point in having the data if you can't use it, right? So if you can't make decisions on it. So our data is not just data for the sake of data. It is actually using whatever information that we have gained in order to influence the decision making for the better. So all your decisions are backed up by data. All the decisions can be validated by data. And if a decision doesn't work out, the data can also show why it didn't work out. So in the next time, better decisions can be taken. So again, this is an example of a heat map that you see that is there with heat maps. So different sections are showing different frequency of visit. According to this, a retailer can decide to give discounts on some products. They can decide to add on more products in a certain category or remove certain products. They can have more floor space or more shelf space for the most popular products. And then all of this can be actually compared with the sales data, which is available through the POS integration, and monitor how the sales is actually being affected by all of this decision making. So in 1 week, you can have a different layout. In another week, you can have a different layout, and the two layouts can be compared along with the sales data on how it changed, and long-term trends can be built. So there can be different layouts, different decision making in a festival season versus in a low season, right? So data helps you do that. Data helps you validate your decisions. Data helps you take better decisions. And yeah, heat map is one of the most important tools for retailers specifically. Moving on, in front of you, you can see the different dashboard. You can get the different alerts through the dashboard. And basically what it helps you to do is to maintain an eagle's eye view of what exactly is going on in your facility. So in front, you can see a logistics operation we have and any alert that is relevant to any client can be given through this data, and that alert can also be sent through multiple different channels. Now, video analytics is a field, right? And we are one of the players. There are other players as well. But so why should you actually work with us as a video analytics company? Is basically we have a very good development team that we have the best in class and one of the world's top accuracies in terms of whatever we do, right? So we have accuracy, real world accuracy of 95%, tested accuracy of almost 99.5%. In the labs, we have 99% accuracy in gender, 90% in age, and any of the other alerts that we get, we have one of the industry's lowest false alerts rates, which means that you're not wasting time on looking at alerts which were false. We have staff exclusion as well, which most of the other video analytics companies do not have, or even if they claim it doesn't work that well. We are flexible with working with existing infrastructure, or if additional infrastructure is required, we can also work with that. So if you don't have even a network in a remote site, we can work with actually SIM-based. Our devices have SIMs inbuilt, Wi-Fi, LAN inbuilt, through which you can connect any of the remote sites as well. And you can actually view the live view of the cameras in cities, of course, but even in remote areas if something that goes wrong. We have inbuilt data storage and backup in case of power or internet outages. And like I mentioned previously, third-party integrations are a really good part of our solutions, ticketing system, POS systems, etc. And already we work with a lot of the existing infrastructure. So if your CCTV system has been installed even in the last 5 years, that should be okay. And we basically help the clients identify their own requirements. So it is not a product, it is basically a service that we're giving. And there is a review every such and such time through which the system's accuracy can be improved. We're also privacy conscious in case of retail, that no personally identified data is saved. So that's a hassle more for the legal and the PR team, but yeah, we are very privacy conscious as well. Now, I'd like to hand over the conversation to Mr. Vikas, who will take you through some of the verticals that we work with and some of the case studies that we have, which have helped our customers in actually seeing tangible improvements into their business, and these are big customers as well. Vikas ji, you want to
Thank you.
share your screen?
Let it be like this. Thank you so much. And it was very well explained, Arush. Well, I would like to say that in today's scenario, video analytics is now taking space, not only in the IT or the CIO's mind, but it is also taking space in CEOs and chief security officers and chief retail officers. So I will say this is in demand across different industries and different verticals. Today, we are working very closely with different industries like logistics, in warehouse, and last mile centers, then in the restaurants. In the restaurants, we are giving very much insight about the customers, their behaviors, the delivery time, the lead time, their emotions. Then in the retail, through video analytics, it helps to retailers know about the footfall, so that they can plan the inventory, they can plan the sales staff according to different day and the time of the week. Then, of course, undoubtedly, video analytics helps for the enhancing the safety and the security. It basically transforms your existing traditional infra into smart and secure infra too. Then it is playing a major role in the BFSI industry, especially in the security of the ATMs and the bank branches. In the ATM, where you have a security guard to provide the security, but video analytics can do much better than the security guard. It automatically enhances the safety and security about the ATM. Any suspicious activity, any suspicious customer, if it is identified or detected, it gives you the real-time information and the alert. Next slide, please.
Yeah.
This is a live case study of Bata India, where the video analytics solution is deployed with multiple use case. One is the footfall counting, and second is the passerby. So footfall counting tells you how many customers are coming into your store. And the benefits to the Bata India of this particular use case is that they can see the footfall across all their stores in real time, and they can compare the performance of all the stores and can also take the decision why the footfall is low, or if the footfall is high, then why the conversion is low. This is number one. Another use case is the passerby counting. Means how many customers are passing your stores, and out of them, how many of them are entering into your store. This kind of information tells you and gives you more information, not only about the customers, but also the passing by visitors too. And then accordingly, you can put promotion templates for the window shoppers or customers to have more and more conversion. Moving forward, then this is a retail, and next slide, please. In the logistics, video analytics can help the chief operating officers and the warehouse operations team, helps to increase the efficiency as well as the security in the warehouse. As you can see in the first picture, unauthorized person is opening the box. The moment unauthorized person opens the box through the video analytics, it gives you the real-time alert that these are the persons who are opening the box. In today's scenario in warehouse, CEOs has a big challenge of theft. And with this video analytics solution, we have reduced the theft for more than 55% in one of our client warehouse through video analytics. Then in the rest of the two scenario, you can see we have detected the open box, which is found open. So it is not open in the present time, but it is found open during loading and unloading. And then accordingly, the action can be taken by the warehouse team. Next slide, please.
Yes.
Another pain point in today's scenario of first operation team of warehouse is how to control the mishandling of the boxes, how to control the damage of the boxes. And normally the damage happens either by mishandling of the boxes or by sitting or standing of the labor on the boxes or by throwing the boxes. So in any of the scenario where the boxes are mishandled, we can detect from video analytics, and it is all in real time. So the moment there is a mishandling of the boxes, either by throwing or sitting or standing or unauthorized opening, we let you know in real time. And this solution of video analytics is reduced the mishandling of the boxes almost by 65 to 70% in another client, especially in the logistic industry. It's one of the big name in India where we have deployed this solution. So we have talked about mishandling of the boxes. We have talked about controlling the pilferage, and then SOP guidelines in the warehouse can also be controlled very, very well through video analytics, where the boxes are not allowed to be carried over the shoulders, or if the pallets are not used, then even then we can identify and detect from video analytics that the boxes are not carried over the forklift or pallets are not used. So the complete warehouse operation can be transformed towards efficiency, towards low cost, towards controlling of the pilferage, avoiding the mishandling through video analytics, where your cameras and a layer of video analytics solution work together and gives you a very smart and secure warehouse. Next slide, please. Secure and safe warehouse through video analytics. Even after closing hours of the warehouse, if any human is detected, this video analytics can detect that human in real time and can give you the notification. And another use case is very interesting, which is the camera tampering, where all the cameras of your facilities will be monitored through video analytics solution. It means all your cameras across all the warehouse pan geographical locations will be under surveillance of the video analytics solution. And if anyone tampers any of the camera in any of the warehouse at any time, either by putting some cloth or turning off the camera or damaging the camera, or the recording is not happening in the NVR, DVR, in any of the scenario, you will get the notification through the video analytics solution, and it will give you full comfort and confidence that your infrastructure of CCTV across your pan India or pan geographical warehouses are working fine day and night. So later on, there is no surprise. So this is very, some of the unique use cases for warehouse, which we have developed and deployed successfully across multiple clients in India. So they are, really enjoying the value addition in their warehouse operation. Next slide, please. So that's all from my side and the other side. Special thanks I give to Priya.
Thank you, Vikas and Arush. It was indeed a very insightful session. Now we'll go ahead and take some time for questions now. And just a reminder, please be sure to type your question into the Q&A box in your control panel. So first question is from Ritu. What is the relevance of accuracy in video analytics? Anyone? Arush, Vikas?
I'll take that. So this is a very good question, and I think a very informative one as well. So in terms of accuracy, everyone basically, there's a pervasive view that if it's not 100%, that it's not then it's not useful. And to that, the first thing I'd like to say that nothing in this world is 100%, like nothing at all. It can be 99.999, it can be 98, 95, but nothing can be 100%. Everything fails given enough time. Having said that, in a lot of scenarios, high accuracy is good, but in a lot of scenarios, if the accuracy is not very, very high, it is also okay. So how I mean is that, for example, if, and this is a real use case that we are doing for one of the largest coffee chains in India. So according to them, the pilferage rate for their coffees is about 6%, which means that out of all the coffees that they make, 6% of the coffees that they make do not bring any revenue. This is due to either damages or non-payments or theft as well. So using our video analytics, and I'm happy to give details if anyone wants it, we are predicting that we will be able to reduce that pilferage from 6% to around 3.5%. Now, for that coffee chain, this is an unimaginable rate of increase in revenue. Just through one single system, trying to improve the revenue by 3.5%, or at least reducing the total losses by 50% is quite attractive to them. So I don't think there will ever be a point where we will be able to convert this 6% into 0%. There will always be some or the other things that can go wrong, and you can have multiple systems to reduce the accuracy, to increase the accuracy of detections. But basically accuracy is very important, but it is not the only thing that matters when you're considering a video analytics system, or any system for that matter.
Okay. Rajdeep Singh is asking, most of the times analytics are used for perimeter protection and the risk of loss are higher at night. How video analytics meeting this type of requirements?
Thank you, Rajdeep. So analytics, you're right, is used for a lot of perimeter protection. And it is also true that the risk of loss is higher at night. So using video analytics and using the cameras pointed towards your perimeter, anyone crossing the perimeter, which is either marked or unmarked, can be detected. And even if that is missed, for example, in certain scenarios, that if the person is very well camouflaged or very is missed somehow, there are other human detection systems that are running inside the premises as well, that can detect any person who is going inside, right? So there are chances of false alerts if you use motion detection systems, but with intelligent video analytics systems which detect the actual human and the human shape, no matter if he is crouched, lying down, crawling, something like that, that can also be detected. And the accuracy of this can be increased by using IR cameras or even night vision or thermal cameras. So it is a question about system design, how and where you're placing the cameras, what is the capability of the camera itself, and then what is the capability and accuracy of the video analytics systems that you are using. So it's not just perimeter protection, but even if someone breaches that perimeter protection, he wants to go somewhere else, right? For example, a sensitive area where high value items might be there. You can also have a human detection system running there. So if anything is seen inside that premises, that can be captured as well.
I hope, Rajiv, this answers your question. Next question is from RK. Is the AI processing limited only to video, or there is any ability to also monitor voice via CCTV system to keep track or identify words that are recorded?
Of course, there's video analytics because there's video data coming from the CCTVs. But if your CCTVs also have voice recording capability, or you want to have any other mics placed inside the premises that you want to monitor, the AI can also run on the voice to identify keywords or phrases or any other specific words that you want to monitor. So that capability is there as well.
Okay, and next question is from NK. Do we require any specific brand hardware or camera for video analytics, or we can use any IP-based CCTV camera?
Any IP, even non-IP based cameras would be fine as well. So we are able to work with. We're not brand conscious. We have brand agnostic systems, which means any kind of DVR, any kind of NVR, any kind of standalone camera, even we can work with that system. All we need is basically an RTSP protocol that should be active, which is pretty much universally there in 99% of the cameras that are ONVIF compliant. Even if they're not, we can still figure out a way to work with them. So basically, to answer your question, we can work with any camera that exists in the market out there.
Okay, it looks like we have covered all of our questions. Is there anything else you want to cover before we wrap up, Arush and Vikas?
Nothing content wise, but I am both of our contact details are there on this on the screen, and you're free to call us or email us for any queries, any doubts about video analytics systems, and we're happy to respond as well.
Great. Thank you, everyone. We appreciate you being here, and we'll keep on organizing many more such sessions like this and hope to see you there. Thanks again for joining us today, and we'll see you next time. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.